in your life?
Probably the most important thing in my life.
Which is your favorite sport?
Baseball is my favorite sport.
What brought you, or what got you to want to play then?
Probably my dad and my older brother got me to play sports, and my cousins, they always played sports, so I got into all three sports when I was younger, and then baseball was just kind of my favorite of the three, so I stuck with that.
Who did your dad or brother play sports when they were in school?
Yeah, my dad played all the way through high school. He says he would have been good enough to play beyond that, but I don't know about that. And then my older brother played through high school as well.
Did you play college or anything like that?
Yeah, he played 2 years at Manchester. Didn't really play much, but he played.
So you'd say sports is in the family?
Yep. Literally everyone that is related to me has played a sport of some sort.
Do you think that's something that like keeps your family as close as they are, or do you think without sports you'd be as close?
No, because actually I think the competitive factor gets us closer. If that makes sense. Like that will to win or to work together as a team more or less keeps us as a close family.
Who would you say is your strongest motivator or supporter?
Probably my dad when it came to sports. Or my older brother, yeah. They both were the same. They always, whatever would happen, they'd, push me to not give up on certain things, tell me that I am good enough to do whatever position I wanted to play, whatever sport I wanted to play. They never told me I couldn't play a specific sport, so.
So you'd say your brother and dad mean a lot to you?
Yep.
Now, did you play through high school as well?
Yes, sir.
What position?
I started out as a second baseman, but I played shortstop for 2 years on the varsity.
How was that? What's the difference between playing for like a school team compared to just playing to have fun?
There means more when you're playing for a school team. Like we were always fighting for state championship, sectional championship, whatever you want to call it. And for recreation, and just kind of like you could play whatever position you wanted. You're literally out there to strictly have fun, which you do in high school, but there's more to it in high school.
You plan on making or having your kids be involved in sports as much as you were and push them as your dad and brother did?
Yes, I hope they want to. I don't think I'm necessarily gonna force them obviously to play, but if they do, I'm not gonna let them quit. So yeah, I'm gonna push them just like my parents and my brother did to try to keep them in whatever sport they want to play. Doesn't matter whatever sport.
Now, where does your mom factor in all this? Is she like the rock that's holding everything together, or is she just trying to just keep going?
That's actually a good way to put it. She played softball and volleyball in high school, so she kind of was always a sports fan. And then my dad would think more politics side of sports, and my mom would hold it together on, no, this is the right thing, this is the right thing. And she would always push me, whether she knew what she was talking about or not. She was always there to tell me I'm doing the right thing and I'm good at whatever. So yeah, she's a rock, like you said. That's a good point. That's a good way to put it.
Do you feel blessed to have that type of sports mentality in your family? Do you think do you think they're the reason you got into sports? Just because their love of it, do you think that gave you a love for the sport as well?
I think that's exactly the reason. They've loved it since, it's been basically everything to our family, so that's why I started, and their love of it got me to love it.
Now, what's your favorite team?
St. Louis Cardinals.
Is there any certain particular reason for that?
Actually, my cousin, who is like 6 years older than me, since I was 2 or 3, they loved the St. Louis Cardinals, and we used to go to their games because they're close. And then, literally since I can remember, I've just been a Cardinals fan. I have no idea. There's no other reasons behind that. They've just been wearing the Cardinals colors, and I've loved them since. So.
Now, do you hate the Cubs as much as most people do when you're another NL team, or is it
I don't
their
hate.
strong dislike,
Okay, I don't hate
or
the
their
Cubs.
fans?
I hate a lot of Cubs fans, strictly because they are in love with their own team that I don't think they've seen win. But I don't have a problem with the Cubs, and I'd like to see them finally win something so that the fans can actually talk, smack.
Who was your favorite player to ever play?
To ever play,
To ever play the game of baseball?
probably Ozzie Smith, just because he played my position and he was a Cardinal. But in recent times, I liked Albert Pujols until he was traded. So, Albert Pujols kind
What about Ozzy besides the position?
of.
Or is he the reason you wanted to become shortstop or second baseman? Play that midfield?
Yeah, kind of, because I obviously never watched him play, but like my cousin and uncle, that was like their favorite forever, because he's a great guy on and off the field, and he went 110% at all times, was just a great worker, and he was a really good shortstop. So I guess that kind of motivated me to play the middle infield a little bit, but that's why he's my favorite player. He's just a great dude.
That should be good. Oh, 7 minutes. Oh, killed it.
God, we actually talked about something I liked.
No.